how good was Bobby Charlton? It's difficult for English people to collectively agree on a single topic, but whenever you ask a fellow Englishman who the best English player of all time was, their voices would synchronize to chant only one name, the name of Sir Bobby Charlton. England and Manchester United legend Robert Charlton was born on the 11th of October 1937 in the English town of Ashington, located in Northumberland. It's safe to say that Robert Charlton had football in his blood, as several of his relatives were professional footballers. Despite having so many professional footballers in his bloodline, it was his grandfather Tanner and mother Cissie who Charlton likes to credit for the early development of his career. Charlton's footballing abilities first caught the eye of Manchester United's chief scout Joe Armstrong back when he was just a Bedlington Grammar School pupil. The 15-year-old was playing for the East Northumberland schools when his dazzling performance mesmerised the fellow scouts. He also went on to play for the English schoolboys in 1953. The young prodigy finally signed a contract with the United Academy aged 15. Although Charlton was fully focused on thriving at United, his mother did not want to let him commit to an insecure football career, so he began an apprenticeship as an electrical engineer. Bobby Charlton was one of the Busby Babes, which were a collection of talented footballers who progressed from Manchester United's youth academy into the first team in the 1940s, 1950s and 1960s, under the management of Sir Matt Busby, who took an oath to rebuild the club following the Second World War. The young prodigy was a phenomenon, scoring frequently for the youth teams and the reserve side. He even won the Youth FA Cup consecutively in all three of his seasons for the United youth side from 1953 to 1956. With his exceptional performances, Bobby made his way up the pecking order and earned his place in the first team, aged only 19. Coincidentally, he was given his first team debut in October of 1956 against the club he shared names with, Charlton Athletic. He did not make Sir Busby regret his decision of giving some playtime to such a young player, as Bobby ended his debut for the mighty Reds with 2 goals to his name. It's not surprising that the young boy was awarded a few more appearances that season, thanks to the talent that he was constantly displaying during matches as well as in training sessions. In the entire 1956-57 season, Bobby appeared in 14 games, during which time he picked up an outstanding total of 12 goals in all competitions in only his first season, as Manchester United grabbed the Football League First Division title. This tally also included a neat hat-trick in a 5-1 win in his second match of the season against Charlton Athletic. However, they failed to achieve the feat of winning the 20th century's first double when they controversially lost the 1957 FA Cup final to Aston Villa. Just as he did for his club, Bobby also excelled for the England national team, appearing in a handful of games for the under-18 national side, while also picking up a few goals. By now, it was a clear indication that United was on the verge of producing a striking talent, but what they didn't know is that they were about to experience greatness like they never had before. By the time the next season was fully underway, Charlton had already become an established first-team player. United's league win the previous season earned them a qualification for the European Cup, making them the first English team to do so. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it past the semi-finals in the previous season, having suffered a defeat by the indomitable Real Madrid team led by Di Stefano. They failed to win any silverware that season. The following season, United came back stronger in the European Cup. After a 2-1 home win against Red Star Belgrade, Sir Busby and his team travelled to Serbia for their second leg. Young Charlton scored twice in the game that ended in a tough 3-3 draw, as United qualified for the next round on aggregate. On their flight back, Charlton and the entire United team became victims of the tragic Munich air disaster, where 18 players lost their lives. Luckily, Charlton made it out alive with a few cuts to his head and severe shock that made him stay in the hospital for a week. As he recovered from the tragedy, having lost a significant number of his teammates, Bobby Charlton set out on a mission to help with the rebuilding of the club. Bobby made his return to the pitch in an FA Cup game against West Brom on the 1st of March. Although United fell behind in the league and were knocked out of the European Cup by AC Milan, they somehow managed to make it to the FA Cup final. The day of the final was also the day where Sir Busby made his return to work after the crash. However, United lost the cup final as they were defeated 2-0 by Bolton Wanderers. A couple of months after the accident, Bobby was summoned by the England national team manager to join the squad for a British Home Championship game against Scotland. He netted 3 goals in his first 2 caps, which earned him a much-deserved place in the England squad for the 1958 World Cup in Sweden. However, he didn't play in the tournament. In the years leading up to the next World Cup, Bobby had already become a star player for the England squad, scoring 2 hat-tricks during this time, against Mexico and the US. After 4 long years, he finally made his first appearance in football's grandest stage, when he was selected in the final squad for the 1962 FIFA World Cup in Chile. The 24-year-old English boy scored his 25th goal for the national team in just 38 appearances. The goal came against Argentina in a 3-1 group win. However, football is a team sport, and individual brilliance can only take you so far. England were knocked out by the cup winners Brazil in the quarter-finals. The following year turned out to be much better for Bobby, as he was back to tasting silverware again when Manchester United thrashed Leicester City 3-1 in the 1963 FA Cup final. It was his first FA Cup winners' medal in his 3rd final. In the same year, his England goal total reached 31, as he broke the record to become England's top goalscorer. However, this feat didn't stay for long. Bobby's role was transforming from a traditional inside forward to that of an attacking midfielder or false 9, as newly appointed manager Alf Ramsey wanted to build the England team around him. His teammate Jimmy Greaves took the pure striker role and went on to take over his record, as Bobby focused more on the goal creation part. Although he wasn't on the scoresheet as often, his new role was about to be crucial in earning him the status of one of the best players of all time. The season before the next World Cup was extremely important for Bobby, who was getting more and more used to his new role. His remarkable performances in the red shirt were critical for United's 1964-65 First Division win. The next season started with victory, as Bobby's United clinched the 1995 Community Shield. His recent victories massively boosted his confidence, as a deadly Bobby Charlton was preparing to make history in the upcoming World Cup, which was about to be hosted in his home country. The start to the 1966 World Cup was rather calm for England, as they shared a point with Uruguay in a goalless game. Charlton scored the first goal for England in the tournament, as they went on to win 2-0 against Mexico. Another 2-0 win against France in the next game sent the hosts to the quarter-finals, where they would face Argentina. In the 1-0 win, Charlton received his only caution in an international match. The semi-final game against Portugal was one of Bobby Charlton's best games, as he put in a match-winning performance when his team needed it the most. He scored 2 wonderfully struck goals to beat the European side 2-1 and send his team through to the final. In the legendary final against Germany, Franz Beckenbauer and Bobby Charlton were given orders to wet willy each other out of the game to make sure that 2 of the best players in the tournament would have a quiet final. That was when the rest of the squad shined bright to give England a 4-2 extra-time victory and their first and only World Cup win. Bobby Charlton was awarded the World Cup Golden Ball for his contributions and also went on to win the FWA Footballer of the Year and the Ballon d'Or later that year. Bobby Charlton won the Football League First Division in the following season with Manchester United yet again, for the 3rd time in his career. The 1967-68 season was about to be another historic year for Bobby. The season commenced with a Community Shield win and ended with the European Cup trophy. Captain Bobby Charlton was instrumental in the cup final, as he scored twice to defeat Benfica 4-1 and lift the trophy. He finished in 2nd place for the 2nd consecutive year in the Ballon d'Or rankings. In 1969, Charlton was appointed an OBE for his services to football. Bobby Charlton, together with Dennis Law and George Best, formed the Holy Trinity, a trio of Manchester United legends that, to this day, is one of retro football's most celebrated lineups. They even have a statue of the United Trinity outside Old Trafford. In the 1970 World Cup in Mexico, England and Charlton progressed to the quarter-finals, where West Germany won 3-2 after coming back from 2-1 down, right after Bobby was subbed off the field. Right after the tournament, then 32-year-old Charlton retired from the Three Lions team after appearing a record 106 times and scoring on 49 occasions. In his entire international career, he won the home championships 10 times and scored in every single season except in 1963. The 1970s were tough on Bobby and United, as they were no longer competing among the top teams in England and often found themselves battling against relegation from England's top flight. There were also reported dressing room disagreements, as Dennis Law and George Best refused to play at Bobby's testimonial against Celtic. In 1973, having set a club record of 758 appearances and scoring 249, Bobby Charlton waved goodbye to Manchester United. He played for Preston North End, Waterford, Newcastle KB United, Perth Azzurri, and Blacktown City before officially retiring from professional football to chase a career as a manager. Sir Bobby Charlton is still United's and England's second highest goalscorer behind Wayne Rooney. After his retirement, he was enlisted in the FIFA World Cup all-time team, Football League 100 Legends, PFA England League Team of the Century, FIFA 100, and the English Football Hall of Fame. Known for having the lungs of a horse, the ability to ping his teammates with pinpoint passes, and his rocket-like shots, Sir Bobby's talent and contribution for England are second to none. We've reached the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to click the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel for more football-related content. For more interesting football videos, click the video appearing on the screen now, and I will see you in the next one.